Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome. Welcome to Buckeye Wars. Golly, look at my hair. It's getting long. Starting to look like Chewbacca. Gonna have to get a haircut. What's Buckeye Wars? Well, I'm old. I grew up in El Dorado Hills, California, back in the 70s and the 80s. And before my mind turns to mush, I wanted to make a little collection of memories so that when my mind does start turning to mush, I can look back upon it and remember some of the good old days of growing up in El Dorado Hills, California, back in the 70s and the 80s. So I got to thinking, what kind of things did Mom teach us that maybe are not taught so much these days? And there was a couple things that crossed my mind. I thought, well, one thing in particular, which may still be taught today, I'm not really sure. But the old phrase that she used to repeat often so that we'd remember it was I before E, except after C, except as in words like neighbor and way. Okay. That one was kind of funny. She also used some words that were a little bit different. She had the word cattywampus that, if something was sitting a little bit funny, she says, oh, go fix that. It's kind of cattywampus. And I'm like, okay. Oh, gosh, what else? I had a whole mind full of things, but it kind of escapes me now. Anyway, it was certainly wonderful that back in the day, there was words used that you just don't hear so much nowadays. It was really kind of funny. I remember there was a TV show, I believe it was called Good Times, and there was a character on there who would come on and he would say, dynamite! So dynamite was a word we used back in that time for a while because that guy said it on TV and then we thought it was good. There was the word neato was popular for a while, which nowadays if you say, ooh, that's neato, they look at you like, what the hell? Oh, and far out. You just don't hear them. Oh God, what else? Anyway, I'm thinking that. You guys ever heard the word bobble? My mom would use the word bauble. She's like, oh, I hope Dad buys me a nice bauble for Christmas. Do you know what a bauble is? It's like I don't know, something shiny. Maybe you could hold it in your hand, like a pretty rock would be bauble, or you could, I guess you could call a nice piece of jewelry a bauble because it stands out and is precious and so forth. Words like that have kind of crossed my mind recently. It's kind of funny. I'm sitting in the car waiting for my phone to go ding for DoorDash, and it's looking like it's gonna rain. And when days are like this, I tend to for whatever reason, kind of reminisce about good old days. And even better yet, I still live very close to where I grew up in El Dorado Hills. So I can look over at the hills and think about good times that we had back as kids. It was wonderful. But I had a whole head full of things I was going to say, and now that I try to say it, I can't remember some of them. See, that's why I make Buckeye Wars, because you get older and you just can't remember quite as well as you did before. And I want to remember. I want to be able to share when the time comes. I've got grandkids, and they're wondering, what was it like, Grandpa, when you were growing up? I want to have a whole collection of stories so that they know what it was like. Because, I asked my dad, what was it like when you were a kid? And he either doesn't really tell stories, but or just flat out doesn't remember. Actually, nowadays he really doesn't remember. My mom tells stories of being a kid, and they're wonderful. And I remember Grandma telling stories about when she was a kid, and they were even better yet, boy. Whew. Really cool. And for a kid who's, likes family history and so forth, that's precious. Anyway, I'm sorry that this Buckeye Wars wasn't as up to par as maybe it could have been, but add another one to the list. I think I got, God, maybe almost 110 different memories that are documented in Buckeye Wars. Thanks for joining me. Have a good day.